Do you know any hardwood trees? You're probably thinking of a tree like oak, whose, well, hard wood is used for making sturdy furniture and long-lasting campfires. But guess what other tree is a hardwood? Balsa, that lightweight, some might even say soft, wood that people use for making model airplanes. So hardwood doesn't necessarily mean that the wood is hard. Ugh, English. Doesn't the hard have something to do with hardness? Well, it used to. Back in the medieval timber trade, while cutting trees for building material and fuel, loggers found trees like oak more difficult to cut, so they called them hardwoods. Pine trees, on the other hand, were comparably easier to cut, so loggers called them softwoods. And most trees with hard wood also happen to have broad leaves and flowers, genetic traits eventually used by scientists to categorize trees into the taxonomic group known as Angiosperms. So hardwood, a name based on physical properties, and Angiosperm, a name based on genetics, became synonymous. And the term softwood was mostly applied to trees with needle-like leaves and unencased seeds, genetic traits used by taxonomists to categorize trees as gymnosperms. And these colloquial terms and taxonomic terms generally align. Angiosperms, aka hardwoods, are, on average, harder than gymnosperms, aka softwoods, and their ancestry may help us understand why. Softwoods evolved a few 100 million years before hardwoods did, and 90% of their wood consists of the same long, thin cells running parallel with the tree's trunk. This means different softwoods have similar cellular structures, and therefore are also of comparable hardness. That is, according to the Janka hardness scale, which ranks trees from softest to hardest based on how much force it takes to drive a steel ball into their wood. The differences in hardness that do exist among softwoods come mainly from the speed at which different species grow and mature. Fast growth leads to thinner cell walls and less dense, softer wood, and slow growth means thicker cell walls and denser, harder wood. Eastern red cedar, the hardest softwood, is only about 3 times as hard as northern white cedar, the softest softwood. This relative lack of diversity in cell structure and generally among softwood species is partly attributed to their pollination strategy, mainly growing tall and letting the wind spread their pollen. Hardwoods, on the other hand, have co-evolved with the animals that pollinate their flowers and distribute their seeds. This has allowed hardwoods to spread rapidly in a variety of environments, leading to tremendous species diversity, including in the variety of their cellular structure. Hardwoods run the gamut of the Janka scale, from the softest woods like balsa, which grows very quickly and has extremely thin cell walls, to the hardest woods like Palo Santo, which grows slowly and has tightly packed thick-walled cells, making it 65 times harder than balsa. Knowing this, you'd think we would have retired the softwood-hardwood terminology by now, but some habits die hard.